Today is March the 17th, 2021. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show where we share inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today is St. Patrick's Day, and I was asked, where's my green? Well, it's on the show. And we are here to have some fun. We are here to celebrate some green. We are here to let it shine, let that gold. What are those guys, those little leprechauns? What do? They're always looking for that pot of gold. What does gold do? It shines. It shines. And we are going to be talking about shining today. We have with us someone that shines ever so brightly. All of you that know her know that is the truth. And today, for those that do not know Kim O'Neill, you are going to agree that yes, the title of Service Hero is absolutely deserved. Yet, what you're going to be hearing today is about something pretty new. I mean, we are just about like letting the world know, be on alert. There's a new movement in town. However, before we go there, we're going to find out a little bit about this service hero, Kim O'Neill, from some clips. Today is July the 31st, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. Today, where is she? Oh, there she is. Today, we have our service hero, Kim O'Neill. Yes, I was just on Kim's show, actually kicking off a special series of shows that she's doing for the second half of the year 2020. And we're going to talk about that. But before that, I want to brag about this woman. I got to know her because we both were serving. We both volunteered at an event and we got to serve together. And at that very moment in time, I just knew that this woman was going to be in my life for the rest of my life because she is so amazing and wonderful and sweet and kind and so much more. Today is November the 4th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. Today, we have a treat in store for those that are buddies and know us well. Yes, we've got two of those that have been in our quote-unquote private group and have been, if you will, having some fun with us, with humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a lot of love. We have two service heroes that are accustomed to giving and serving and doing so much for others. And today we are going to have a lot of fun talking about one word with 4 letters, love. We are going to be talking about the tour of love that is coming this month, the very last day, for 36 hours live, and will be, if you will, coming to a screen near you throughout the world. So welcome.
Hey, Tamara, thank you for having me. Here we are, Barbara.
Well, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm loving this. I just have to say, Kim, for us to kind of just get together and say, we're going to do this today, I feel like I've been knowing you for a while. So let's let this rock.
I feel the same. I am so honored to get to do this with you today. And for all those who are with us, we are here today because Tamara is hosting the Tour of Love 36-hour telethon that is also beginning right now. So, oh my goodness, that I'm excited. It's a lot in store for everybody.
let's welcome all of you that got to see, yes, a collection of just a few of the clips of how involved since the time that I have gotten to know service hero Kim O'Neill. She has jumped right in to serve the community that this show absolutely spotlights, and that is cb4l.org. We call them the buddies, and also the service hero, all of the community within the, let's just call, worldwide movement of those serving others. And we want to recognize Caroline Berzins, who is here with us, Helene Wilson, one of the ambassadors of the buddies, and we are live on the E360 TV platform. What does that mean, guys? Well, let's share with you right now, because, we want you to be able to find us over and over. And please do go watch the shows. There are so many people doing amazing things that can actually serve you. This is how you can find them. We've got Helene saying, hey, it's party time. Christopher, so glad you're with us today. And, all of you that are coming in, please make yourself at home. Grab something green if you wish, and we're going to have some fun. So, my dear, look at all that art behind you.
Yes, these are just a handful of my paint night type paintings, those places you can go to and have a glass of wine while you create some art. And my thing is trees. I absolutely love trees. And when I see a painting of trees that just is so bright and inspires me, I'm like, oh, I got to do that one. So these are a handful of those.
Okay, I have to ask, do you actually go there?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I haven't done it in at least a couple of years now or so, but yeah, you go there and they have it all set up and you get to order a drink or a snack or whatever. And they show you how to paint something and then you create your own version of that. And It's fun. I love it.
Well, we're doing something just like that virtually. And Christopher, actually, he is the one that is going to be leading us through healing through art, music, and meditation within the closed group. And we're going to be, in fact, after this show, I'm going to be getting a lot of the supplies going out to the buddies that have signed up. And pretty fun stuff.
Super exciting. I've seen some of Christopher's stuff in the group, and that's fantastic, especially for, people who are right. We're all at home these days. So what a great activity. That's awesome, Tamara.
Well, someday, hopefully things will open up here soon and we'll have to go together if I'm still in the area. That'd be fun. Okay. So today is St. Patrick's Day, and you're wearing your green. I see. This is my version of green, guys. However, we've got green all over the show, and so we're having a lot of fun with that. And so, what we are doing also is we are going to be talking about. I kind of gave it away a little bit, and that is about let your light shine. However, before we do that, I am going to. One more clip, guys. One more clip.
Hello and welcome to the Let Your Light Shine movement. My name is Kim O'Neill and I am so glad that you're here. At the end of December 2020, I asked, what's next? I host the Everyday's a New Day podcast and live show, and I started coaching in 2013, helping people prepare for job interviews that then transformed into more personal confidence, self-acceptance, standing in your power. And over that time, what I've seen over and over again, especially with my interview coaching clients, is this reluctance to embrace who they are, embrace what they're awesome at, to really own it and share that with others so that they can be seen. And it's now time. It's now time for us to all stand up, take that stand for yourself, and to say, this is who I am, and I choose to shine. I allow myself to shine. The Let Your Light Shine movement is about choosing to be more of who you authentically are, allowing that to be seen and felt by the world around you. The heart of this movement is to inspire and encourage people all over the globe to take a stand for themselves. If you only have a few more seconds, please take a moment to fill out our form. Let us know, who are you and how do you shine your light? Why are you choosing to join this movement? And you'll see a link to do that somewhere along with this video, if not the actual form on the side here. If you have a few more minutes, I'd like to take a little bit more about what it means to shine your.
We are going to bring you back on because, I want to make sure that everybody understands that there is going to be a form that we'll be giving a link and everything later, and didn't want to give all of that out right now, kind of like, because we wanted to let it be known that we are today making a huge announcement that you now have the Let Your Shine, the movement, now official, right?
The Let Your Light Shine movement has been launched. It is out there. And Tamara, I'm so grateful that you're allowing me to share this on the Service Hero Show today. So thank you for this.
I am more than honored to be sharing it with everyone throughout the world.
Yes.
Because this is a worldwide movement. And yeah, yes. A rock star. Absolutely. What inspired you? Because you and I have been speaking, we've been getting to know each other ever since that moment. What was it now? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. It's been a while. And we've got Raven. So glad that you're here with us. And so you and I met at an event that was with many of the thought leaders, many of the people that are very into inspirational help. They do so much throughout the world, and we were there to serve them. You and I were there as volunteers. We were there to learn and grow and everything. And you have been helping a lot with the buddies, with the whole movement of changing how cancer is done throughout the world. And I want to thank you for getting on the bus with us, as we say it sometimes, the purple bus sometimes, and making that difference. And through this, you have been feeling a calling, haven't you?
Tamara, ultimately, this calling goes back. I mean, this is like my whole life that feels like it's culminated up to this moment. And, 4 months ago, I wasn't planning on doing a movement. I started coaching in 2013, and that then lent itself to starting a podcast, and then just all sorts of different things that have since taken place that were things that I thought, oh yes, this is fun. I'm going to do this one day. And it was late December 2020. And all of a sudden I was like, a movement? Like what? And like when people say they receive downloads, like that's what it felt like for me. And I just got I caught the emotion of it. I got all the ideas. And so I went to my computer, took all these notes down. And then I had to take some time because I had to get ready. I'm like, oh, we're doing a movement. What then? I had to make sure that I was just 100%, 1,000,000% on board with this. And And so I'm excited because today's the day and we're finally here and I'm so excited to launch this. You asked me a few moments ago what inspired me. So many things inspire me. I mean, aside from feeling like I received direction to be able to share this. This isn't about me. This is like you said, I love that you said the world. That's absolutely it. This is about everybody. And I want everybody to know that, number one, you already shine. You already shine by being who you are. And the more and more you allow yourself to be more of who you authentically are, because there's nobody else out there like you, you naturally shine brighter and brighter. And oh, what a wonderful world we are creating when we all allow ourselves to be who we are and shine. And so, I mentioned in that video, I'm inspired by the coaching clients that I've had who it was so obvious to me how amazing they were at what they did. And to just see they had this reluctance to fully own that. Yeah. Oh goodness. And so to be able to help people be able to get beyond that and feel comfortable with owning who they are. There's a lot of limiting beliefs and misperceptions that come with, well, if I claim I'm really as good at this thing as I know I am.
Right. Because what does the world tell us when you have that, you allow, I love that word allow, when you allow yourself to give yourself that grace of, okay, this is who I am. I have put the work into it. I've put the time into it. I've studied. I've sacrificed. I've served. I've done all these different things, and not to be quote unquote stuck up, not to be, like, oh, I'm all that in a bag of chips. None of that. It's that allowing, it's that allowance, it's that I like that word also that some people will say grace. It's that allowing yourself with grace, with kindness to
Absolutely.
say, I can show up like I really am, and it's okay.
It's okay. Everyone has permission. And no one needs permission. And there can be such a shift that takes place when someone just hears, oh, wow, I already have permission. You already have permission to be who you are. There's a difference between being confident and being cocky, being arrogant, yes. Right? Yes. I love that you use the phrase, all that in a bag of chips. You are all that and a bag of chips.
Yes. They're green today, though.
They're green today. And one person's shine takes nothing away from another person's, and I think there's so many misperceptions that can come with owning who you are and standing in your awesomeness, your light, all of that. And so to me, it's about, well, get rid of all those misperceptions, because the truth that remains is who you are is amazing. So anything that's taking you away from that is just something to look at, kind of go, why do I think that? Why do I believe that? Why am I holding myself back? And not everyone's shine is going to look the same. So this isn't about, everyone needs to be an extrovert and put themselves out there in the world, in ways that don't feel comfortable. It's about you being clear on who you are, the individual. And then how do you showcase that? How do you be that? How do you embody that? And so I have so many things I could say. Yeah, Tamara, I just thank you so much for today. I am so deeply passionate about it. As you were showing all those different clips, and then the video that I have on the movement landing page right now, just getting emotional because I just think that this speaks to so many people. There are those people who already understand, and are on board with, yes, let your light shine. And I also know there are a lot of people out there who have 1 foot here and 1 foot over here, 1 foot wanting to move forward and be free from whatever's limiting them, whatever's holding them back. And then one foot over here going, nope, 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 it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm safer over here. I'm only just going to dip my toe in. And I'm not a proponent of ever forcing someone to do more than they're ready to do, but I am a proponent of getting to the space where you allow yourself to be more of who you are and to do that inner work, to get to the place where you know it's safe to put 2 feet in the present and move forward, however that looks for the individual. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I do know that even before we went live, I won't give too much away. However, before we went live, it was said to you that the time that you spent with this person allowed for them to finally feel as though they were allowing themselves to accomplish a dream, to accomplish something that they always knew they wanted to do. Yet possibly for whatever reason, some people call it limiting beliefs, some people call it, whatever they may call it.
Right.
However, whatever that may be, time with you encouraged this person to finally go ahead and say, all right, now is the time. And they're in the middle of almost receiving the outcome of what it is that they were encouraged, they felt encouraged and allowed to do. I know more than one, more than two, more than three, many that you have worked with within our organization, that you've spent that time and you've helped them to unlock those doors to their innermost desires for their life. And so that we all have that shine inside of us. We all have that shine, but too many of us are maybe afraid to let it shine.
And I get that. And Tamara, thank you so much for sharing that. I am so I'm so grateful and honored every time I get to assist a person in making those shifts that their soul is ready to make, and they're just needing a little coaching, a little guidance, whatever it may be. And go ahead.
Well, no, I'm feeling something from you right now, and I want to go there because this is a huge day for you.
It is huge, Tamara. I could cry, but it's like all happy tears.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you. I mean, I'm holding back the tears too, because we've had many a conversation, and you and I, and I am so deeply. And I want to say this correctly. However, I'm just so happy and proud of you for taking this step to say, okay, now is the time. Because we always can say, oh, this is not right. That is not right. Oh, and when this happens, then that can happen. Yes. Whatever it may be, we always can find a reason, because it's maybe not going to be absolutely perfect when we say, okay, now's the time. However, you got to say now is the time sometime if you're ever going to make that difference.
Absolutely. And every step forward is a win. Every step forward is another step forward. So if someone just hears about the movement today and it's lighting up something in them, and they choose to continue to sit with that lighting up, which maybe is something new. Maybe they would have just shut it off, turned away, right? Ignored it, whatever before. And today, you choose to allow yourself to go, oh, wow, what is this moving within me? And sit with that, maybe journal on it, maybe talk to a trusted friend about it, maybe pray about it, meditate on it, whatever it may be. That's a win. When you choose to take each little step forward, that is you allowing more and more of your light to shine. Tamara, I love how you're talking about the leprechauns and their pot of gold. And I feel like that's a fantastic metaphor for what is inside every single person, waiting to be, to be seen, to
Exactly.
The pot of gold is within, it's not outside. And so Yeah.
Well, and as I did this, guys, you guys probably realize that this is a little different than what I usually will do. And because I was really thinking about this, saying, how can we make this very special for Kim today? Because this is a huge day. And I thought the little, these little shamrocks, that they're like little baby steps.
Yeah.
Taking our little baby steps, to then, yes, that pot of gold, that arbitrary, and there's the leprechaun's hat, the hat. You can say wisdom. You can say a little bit of fun. You can say a little bit of, well, I've got a few generations in my house, and we had some leprechauns that kind of showed up and did some mischievous things around here, and it was kind of fun because there can be that giddiness, that play, that like things are going to be good things, and it might even be that leprechauns have a little way of making a mess sometimes, but yet in the end they follow the rainbow. They go to the pot of gold. They look for the sunshine. There is what happens with the rainbow? Where does the rainbow come from? All of those things.
The rainbow emits from the pot of gold, and it's something that naturally happens. It's all the ray of colors that you, the individual, are, right? You may have this thing about you and this thing about you. And when you own and embrace all of it,
Yeah. Well, okay. So, and Helene is that this is doing something inside of her, she's saying. And that is exactly what you're talking about with allowing ourselves. Thank you, Helene. Thank you for sharing this, because
yes,
you are allowing yourself to shine. And Caroline Berzins is saying that she is thankful and that you helped her to shine. And this has got to be feeling pretty darn good at the beginning of the baby steps within now this international movement that you have been called to help. And the thing I love about this, Kim, is that when you're thinking about something like a movement has a lot of different ways of looking at it. You move within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So then you move within yourself, and you're moved to then let that light shine.
Yes.
Let that shine for others. Then a movement that then you can have a domino effect, because it's those baby shamrock steps, right?
Yes.
And then it's like the tour of love. It's like when you have the frequency, and we talk about frequency a lot in the closed group. You come in, we talk about this a lot. It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It does. And there's a key piece to this that I want to share is that it can sound so lofty to Helene. Thank you. I love you too. and Carol,
it's true. We all love you. We all love you.
Well, and I love you guys and your group. So, thank you for that. Well, and actually here's what's so perfect about that. What I was just going to say is that's what's at the heart of being more of you is self-love. Mm-hmm. Is self-love. It can seem like such a lofty thing to be who I am. Well, I am being who I am, but maybe, you're kind of not. So how do you do that?
Yeah. Let's be real, guys. Sometimes we need to do that look in the mirror thing, right? Okay, look in the mirror. Are you being authentic? You used that word too. So, okay, so we have to allow ourselves to be us.
Mm-hmm. And so the key to that, if you're finding some that to be a challenge, self-love, start loving yourself more, allowing yourself to learn who you are, honor what's important to you, start to create certain boundaries around certain areas of life if you need to. Healthy boundaries. That's a loaded phrase right there, by the way. But yeah, I know, right? So, and that just starts to come in as you start to learn how to love yourself more. Then boundaries becomes, oh, now I understand what helps me in loving myself. And so anyway, so I really wanted to get to that piece. I think a really great example of someone who shines their light, and this is actually a fictional character, but I think is something we all have within us, is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you gotta love her.
Yes, and what I want to point out, what really stood out to me, especially in the first Wonder Woman, well, like 3 years ago, Wonder Woman movie that came out, somewhere around there, is, of course, you see that, yes, sure, she's beautiful, she's strong, she can do a lot of things, but where does that power come from? It came from her heart.
Right.
It came from that power deep within, what she was passionate about and what she was not willing to tolerate and what she was going to choose to do to step into her power and effect change. And we can't quite do that when we've got a lock on our heart. And so simply just when loving with yourself, if you allow yourself to release the chains, heal, learn what it means to love yourself, honor yourself, then it becomes easier to open up into how to be yourself with ease and grace, like you said earlier. And so I really want to just highlight that love piece within all of this.
I love it. And I want to share, because when we talk about the love, and you joined the tour of love, and we were very involved. And then, in fact, one of those clips, you and Barbara Beckley were the host for this show, because this show was at the same time as the very first hour of the 36-hour event that we did. And I'm going to share this. It's just a little clip, guys, but I love, you can't get enough of Kim O'Neill's personality when she's on camera.
Hello, Kim O'Neill here, transformational confidence and interview coach and host of the Everyday is New Day podcast and live show. And I have chosen to be a proud sponsor of the Tour of Love. And I have joined the tour. I am on the bus, and I hope to see you there.
So with your podcast, when did you start the podcast?
Started in 2015, and it was actually called Perk Up with Kim at the time.
Oh, that's so cute. And oh my goodness. Okay, that goes completely. I mean, because you are so cute and perky on air. It's always so much fun. Okay, so Perk Up with Kim. Okay.
That eventually evolved into the Everyday is a New Day show, and it's had many iterations in its own over the last few years. So yeah, I absolutely love it. And last year we did the Rise and Shine series, starting with the Rise and Shine Empowerment series, and then the Creating 2020 Vision series, which was all about, paying attention to your mindset, your emotions, your actions, and all of that, and how that helps per person create their vision. So.
And so then you, keeping with the love theme, you then became a sponsor of the Tour of Love, and you produced this little commercial for it. We're going to share this. Wrong one. Just one moment, guys. Here we go.
Every day can be a new day, regardless of what's happening around you, when you know and fully embrace how amazing you have always been.
Hi, my name is Kim O'Neill.
I help heart-centered professionals who are amazing at what they do be able to confidently and authentically express that about themselves in interviews and everyday life. I support the Chemo Buddies for Life mission as they uplift and help each other in moving through and beyond cancer. It's a big world out there, and it's waiting just for you. Every day is a new day, and it's your time to rise and shine.
I love this. It all comes together, guys, right? You know, this whole thing, it all comes together. And anybody that knows HR or interviewing or working with people that are going through a change in their life in one way, that, you know, they say that changing a job can be as traumatic as many other traumatic times in someone's life. And you have been a coach helping people through these periods for how many years?
Started in 2013, and then it evolved into more personal confidence coaching, being able to help people just with their overall confidence in everyday life. So yeah, since 2013, and Tamara, it was something I never expected. I never expected to encounter that, but I'm also grateful to be able to see that, because that's how I'm able to help people best, is to get to that space where they don't have that disconnect between, well, here's what I want, and am I worthy of it? Am I enough? I can't fully, you know, I need this person to see me, right? I need this person to, well, just give me the job. I've already earned it. You may very well have earned it, and you got to let yourself be seen so they can go, oh, that's my person.
Right. Guys, I was a headhunter for 18 years. So, you know, and so, yes, you've got to work with that. And many people think, oh, I'm being too boisterous, or I'm bragging too much, or whatever it may be. And it's about the education. You need to let someone know who it is that you are and why it is that you will be able to serve the needs within that particular position or that particular company or whatever it may be showing up in life. And that transfers so well into what you're doing with this calling that this download that came in regards to let your light shine. We have to let our light shine in an interview situation, because if we don't, truthfully, someone else will. And we will not be hired, and we may be letting that company down. We have to realize it's not necessarily always about us. We may have exactly what they need to help that company to thrive. And if there's a few people, 100 people, 1,000, 100,000 throughout the world, and if you can come and serve, you would be doing them a disservice not to let your life shine, right? And so you have been helping people with this for 13, we are nearly at a decade you doing that.
Absolutely. And what comes to mind as you're talking about that is, you know, I mentioned earlier, there's a difference between being confident and being cocky. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've once had a client who came to me that was cocky. So there's this
good point.
Yeah, there's this assumption that, well, if I you know, fully own who I am, it's going to be too much. It's wrong. It's not okay. And so if for the people who are in that space feeling like, well, okay, Kim's saying I have to shine, so then I'm going to do this uncomfortable thing, and I'm going to be more, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm going to look like, here, I'm shining my light. You know, I'm your candidate. Or my point is, if my point is,
I was looking for, okay, I have it. Okay, guys. Okay, wait for it. I'm letting my light shine.
There you go, Tamara. What I want to get at is for those people who are thinking you have to do something that is unnatural to shine your light.
Yeah.
That's not the goal. It's to get to the place where it feels natural, because you being you will feel natural. It's when you're not fully owning and embracing it that it feels like uncomfortable, restrictive. And so this is why I work with my clients. We do mock interviews. We practice this stuff. You want to get to the space where you aren't rigid and right, and feeling all uncomfortable, because that's not going to work either. Then you're going to make everyone else feel uncomfortable in an interview setting or anywhere else you may be trying to just be more of who you are. So it's first get to the place where you go, okay, I understand that this will help me to be more of who I am. Now I've got to figure out how to do that, how to be that, how to just relax into it, because that's how people are going to be able to receive you and go, oh my goodness, this person's amazing. And yeah, so
I love it. Okay, so now we made the announcement. Let your shine, or
let your light shine.
Your light shine, the movement. So what is the next step? What is this movement going to look like? I'm excited about it, because just even talking about it, what I think of? Okay, guys. I'm thinking of the Care Bear stare,
Yes!
Everybody okay, let's just shine. Woo! We're letting it shine, and all of us letting it shine. There's power in that, and they're like, okay, they need us. We're gonna do the Care Bear thing, and so let's talk. What is this gonna look like?
Well, the goal is that by December 31st, 2024, to have reached at minimum 1 million people who have embraced the movement, have chosen to say, yes, I am joining the Let Your Light Shine movement. And that is simply going to the movement page and filling out a short form that we have on the page. And you can fill out as little or as much as you like. I'm inviting people to, if you're comfortable with it, to share a photo of yourself, record a short little video about what does let your light shine mean to you? How do you let your light shine? Why are you choosing to join the movement? And if you'll also give us your social media links, again, knowing all of this is optional, I just want to share all of the elements of joining. If you share your social media links and give us permission, I would love to be able to shout you out and showcase who you are and how you shine your light on the movement's social media pages. Because in doing so, the more people who lend their voice and their face to the movement, it's going to be able to help inspire and empower those people who are going, oh, there's someone who looks like me, or there's someone who sounds like me. There's someone who, there's something about them. I resonate with them. And I can see that, we may have had a similar journey. Uh-huh. This movement is as big as there are people in the world. And so, so right now we're at the stage of letting people know and connecting with those people who are really resonating with this and having them join and building up those numbers, because even just the numbers, there can be someone who might be hearing about the movement and go, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And they may hear about it today and hear about it 1 year from today and go, oh my goodness, like other people believe in this too. And this really goes for any idea a person might have. Mm-hmm. You and your ideas are so valuable. And so it just comes back to, in being yourself, you've got to be able to believe in yourself. And I believe that there are going to be people out there who may not quite believe in the movement. And when they see others that already believe in the movement, I'm simply a messenger. Mm-hmm. It's, I'm so grateful, because everyone's going to get to that place where they feel more and more free to go, wait a second, it's okay for me to believe in me. It's okay for me to do something different, to take a stand for me, my ideas, how I shine.
And you look at this, your logo, and of course with your banner and such things, those are fingerprints, aren't they? So let's get into that. Why did you choose fingerprints?
Tamara, thank you so much, because I did want to talk about this today. I love this logo. We all know every person's fingerprint is unique to them. There are no two fingerprints alike in the world ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever then, ever will be, ever now. Fingerprints are so unique, and yet they may all kind of look alike, but they're all unique. And so it's just driving that point home about you being the unique fingerprint that you are in the world and allowing that to shine. So I love the simplicity and the depth of what the logo represents.
Mm-hmm. I do too. And Helene, yes, within us, we can shine, each and every one of us. And I love it because, as I was looking at it, because I kept looking at it, and I mean, we are right now, yes, St. Patrick's Day, and then around the corner is what? Easter. And so and as I was preparing for some stuff, and I'm out there and you see all the eggs and stuff, and at first I was like, I had to get my trifocals in the right place. I'm like, oh, those are not eggs. Of course they're not eggs. Those are fingerprints. And I thought, wow, this is really deep. It really, and yet it's like anything that can be simple.
Yes.
Like taking, like the shamrocks here, like one baby step shamrock at a time, and looking for that shining pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And we all think about the rainbows in our lives, and the surety that many that feel like they're in the storms right now because of what's happening. And I'm going to move us back and so that we have the right names. There we go.
It was fun being Tamara.
Yeah, there you go. And you've been me before on this show, and so when you think about right now, there's many that have felt like, because we're at a year that we've had a year of storms, and will there ever be that rainbow?
Absolutely. And yes, Tamara. And so I love that you're bringing this up, because this absolutely is another theme that has come up with people who have responded to the movement and is very fitting for now. Absolutely. People all over are having the experience of darkness on a personal level, on a global collective level. And that's also why now is the time even more for those who feel like they are able to shine their light, to be able to showcase more of that light at the end of the tunnel for people who are in that dark place, kind of struggling to see a way out. I believe that each person who shines is, I know we're just kind of driving the point home, in multiple ways that we could speak to it, but one person who shines makes the world that much brighter. Absolutely. And yes. Yeah. And you may think, what? Well, I'm not going to affect someone, all the way across the world. You know what? You may or may not, but you will absolutely affect the people who are right around you, who then can affect the people around them, who can affect the people around them, and so on. And I want to be so quick to say that you wouldn't impact someone all the way across the globe, because you have no idea how far you and your light and just you doing your thing in the world has an impact.
Doing your thing.
That's right, doing your thing. Yeah. So I love that you bring that up, because absolutely, I can certainly say were absolutely moments of greater darkness in my life in just the last couple of years, and not in that same space now. And I'm so grateful. And I totally get what you're talking about with that. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel for everybody. And the more that each of us are ready to shine our light even brighter, then it can help those who are in that space of still finding their way out.
And Mikey Adam Cohen, I want to thank you for being here and I did actually tag a few people. I don't usually do that for the show. However, some of those that are thought leaders, some of those that are making a difference out there, some of those that we all have this circle of people that we all know each other. So some of our friends, I wanted them to know what you're doing. I wanted to say, okay, guys, come on, let's rally together and make a difference together. And this is a movement where that can happen. Great question. How can people help?
Thank you for that question, Mikey. And thank you, Tamara, for sharing this out with as many people as possible. You can do so many things to help. And I do have a few listed on the movement page. Simply put, joining the movement by filling out the form on the page, that helps in so many ways. Sharing it out with your friends and family, your networks, people who you are connected to, taking time to talk about what does shining your light mean to you and sharing that out with people. Maybe it's take a little photo. I've got some PDFs that, could make it simple for someone if they want to just print out a little, I let my light shine page and take a photo of yourself with it. Or if you want to do a little video about, how do you shine your light? What does this mean to you? Why is this important to you? And lend your voice to it. Be a messenger of it. We're using the hashtag Let Your Light Shine and Let Your Light Shine movement. And just so many ways. And at the basic core level of how can you help? Loving yourself.
I love that.
I mean, that's really as basic as it gets. Loving yourself, allowing yourself to be more of who you are in the world and being that embodied example of what it means to say, yeah, you know what? I have permission to be me and I am good enough. Here's the thing. I think there's this, one of the misperceptions I see is that there's this perception that I'm going to get to a degree of perfection. I'm going to get it to a degree of, well, now I'm complete. You're complete now, and you will always be in process. All of us will be. I will be. I am. And so it's about accepting and loving yourself right now, and then continuing to allow yourself to expand and be even more and more of the light that you are. So thank you. Great question.
Yes. And sorry to step on your words, but I wanted to, as you're saying that, and I'm looking at the art behind you, I see expansion there, expansion. And you were saying that you love trees, and what are trees? And you've got to look at them. They expand on two different levels. Excuse me, guys. And so, that two level and where you can see and where you cannot see, right?
Absolutely. And that's just it. There's a lot of inner work that goes into being the tree that shows up, on the surface, right? Just like an iceberg, same kind of metaphor. We see the iceberg on top, this big thing, not realizing or recognizing, wait a second, there's a huge, massive component that's holding it in place under the water as well. It's all about doing that inner work so that you can shine outwardly. Yes.
Excuse me. And so, Beverly, I'm glad that you guys are here. You guys are so funny. Life is grand. You are so right. And the light, and very good at the end of the tunnel. And it doesn't have to be a train.
Beverly, that is, I love that you said that. Yeah. That brings me to thinking about, also being aware of where are we looking? Are we looking back, or are we looking ahead? And because that right there can make a shift in what we see ahead of us, or how much light we see, or how we perceive the light, and that kind of thing too.
So letyourlightshine.com.
So it's actually a much longer link, and that's why I've given the bit.ly link. So yeah, okay. So for anybody who's only listening, I'm just going to spell it https:// bit Let Your Light Shine movement. So if you're familiar with Bitly links, it's the first Bitly part and then Let Your Light Shine movement. And that will take you right there. And I see we've got Beverly in the comments saying she'd love to join, and I would love to have you join, Beverly. So awesome.
Well, you got me, and I'm sure there's going to be so many more because, I mean, there's no cost to join, right?
No, this is completely, totally free.
Right.
It's as simple as clicking on the website link and filling out the page or sharing it with your friends, that kind of thing.
And and she just said, I went there and it showed up. There you go. Love it when that happens. Gotta love it when that happens.
Yes.
We know we love it when that happens. And then when it doesn't, you go and fix it. There you go.
Exactly.
And, thank you for saying that, Helene, because, I really wanted, I want to say thank you to you, Kim, for being there, for supporting the buddies, for supporting what it is that we are doing, for showing up for so many people in so many different ways. Your show that spawned out of the podcast, you continually have had people on that show that are making a difference. And each time you share those people and you share their stories, you are helping their lights to shine out, and then that light shining and then touching others. You've been doing this for so many years. Now you have an official kickoff to an official movement of what you have been doing in everything you touch. And I know it personally because you have always been there. I mean, I'm going to do everything not to cry, but whenever I have called upon you, you have always been there to serve, because it's to serve others, calling on you to then help to serve others. And you have always shown up. And sometimes it's been at the last minute and sometimes in the middle of the night. And you have always showed up. That is a true service hero. So I promised you guys, if you didn't know Kim before, I would make the case that she truly is a service hero. She is in every which way a hashtag service hero. And I want to thank you for that.
Tamara, oh my gosh, Tamara, I could say the same for you. You have absolutely shown up for me, and I'm immensely grateful for that. And I think, and I just have to say this too, I'm like, well, she's saying I always show up, and I'm going, well, there are times I don't show up. and I'm grateful that it's been seen and felt of when I do, when I have. Thank you so much. My guests, just like guests on the Service Hero show, the guests on the Everyday's a New Day show are amazing. And I'm so honored to get to feature each and every one of them. They're just amazing people doing awesome things in the world, shining their authentic light. And I love that, I showcase a range of people. And one thing I want to touch on, though, is that a lot of what comes up in all of our conversations is some form of a spiritual journey, and really bridging that gap between head and heart, and having, alignment and expansion beyond the physical self. And so I love that we get into that, because that is a piece of what comes through the more and more you tap into what does it mean to love myself and be myself. Is there becomes this connection that you feel that goes beyond just this human experience we have. I'm sure many people here have probably heard the phrase, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. And yes, I agree with that. And that's what it begins to emerge, is this awareness of something so much more, just like you are so much more than whatever you may have allowed yourself to believe up until this moment. And when you get to that space where you go, wait a second, I'm bigger than whatever was holding me back, and you let it shine. Oh my goodness, you make a difference in the world. So,
well, thank you. And thank you, Helene. Thank you. We are going to, upon that, we are going to call this show now the beginning of a movement. So go and join if you have been inspired, because I'll tell you this, Let your life shine. Light shine, because your life will then shine too. We will be back again on Friday. See you then.